I'm gonna make sure I turn off this end once we get started with the stream. Yeah, I guess I'll just put out announcements and stuff.
Yeah, I get to be a commentator for the first time.
It'll be a good experience. It's a little bit different from commentating like a Smash tournament. There's a different style to it.
Yeah, I did watch a little bit of the stream for Haddock, for the gaming one for Abney. I watched a little bit. I think I watched it before. I think I get it. I think I know how to get the commentary down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's a really nice style of commentary. Like, Smash commentators tend to be much more like hype men, and I kind of like the analytical style that a lot of the games done quick marathons runs with. There can be some humor.
I like to be analytical a little bit about this game. Sometimes I want to be like, oh, this item does this item for a certain track, you know?
Yeah. The choice is yours, but there will also be a segment afterwards where I'm going to be doing a bit of an exhibition for like Kylera online multiplayer as well, so I'll be taking a break in between the extra mode run, and then I'll be loading right into Kylera to do a match or two. We'll see if anybody's up late enough.
Yeah, Venom was having controller issues earlier, so I saw that like about an hour ago, so...
It may get resolved before I, jump onto Kylera. Anyways,
yeah,
I got the school...
I played with them already, and I played with Alex, Scudder, forget who else.
Let me see how low the...
Well, I got 15 points. I got 2 victories. I got 2 races won against them.
Aha. Okay. I need to check the scene. See. Okay. Maybe the volume's a little bit loud on my end. I have to turn on the volume on my TV. See if that fixes anything. There we go. But I'm going to lose half the volume. Just going to have to give it a couple taps. Oh, jeez. This is why I had to give myself some time before I get started, because marathons, I like to have everything, like, mostly perfect.
Yeah, from my end, I don't hear anything, but for you, you probably hear stuff.
I do. I'm just trying to get the volume so that I can still hear the game, and then also still hear you on my end, so...
Yeah, I'll try to be, the best I could for this, okay?
It's fine. It's fine. You'll figure it out as you go. Right. I had to do a lot of work to get the splits on my timer to be transparent. That took a bit of time, and
I like the little side thing here, timestamp over here. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I also have like the island background. I meant to put an overlay in my stream again, but I've kept it like plain and blank ever since I switched computers, so finally got it to this point. I guess I'll make the announcement. I'll give people 10 minutes to jump in and get tuned in because there's a special opening video. Should be fun. And yeah. I'm gonna have to make sure that I mute the mic so that the two of us are not caught. We can like casually talk while the stream opening is like.
We'll just mute it when you start.
Yep.
When you start the video.
Yep. Yeah. That's the drill. Announcements.
I can watch it on my TV at home on my computer, so I can actually see the video as well, so I can hear it as well.
Yeah, as long as the audio doesn't. Oh wait, that's right. It's only the audio for the video. It's not gonna bleed in. Not gonna. It's not gonna have your audio bleeding into it. So, yeah, that should be fine. Day
Yeah, because
one.
I'll mute myself so I won't hear the video. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Make sure to unmute yourself when you're done, because I'm gonna go back to the soon thing, and then we'll get that started. All right. Just gotta get the. Day one of Glasses Summer Games Speedrun Saga 2023 begins tonight. I'll be opening with an extra mode, no skips, speed run of Mario Kart 64. Followed by a Kylera Online multiplayer exhibition. Starting in 10 minutes.
basically running on no sleep today.
I'll say. I think this is gonna be a good experience for you. You're gonna get to really build up a portfolio as a commentator in multiple different styles. So
I always wanted to commentate a Smash game, but it's really hard for me if I really like Pelican so much. So I just gotta be biased.
I'm kind of happy I'm detached from most characters nowadays. I can watch a game and appreciate what the players do, rather than just be like, oh, you know, like, oh, screw this guy, he's playing Fox.
Well, sometimes I do appreciate that, I know, on the lower level when I watch, like, rules now. I do appreciate the lower level skill, because it's fun to watch those matches now.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago, you couldn't watch pools because you just see everyone get wrecked.
It's true. But most people in round one pools are surprisingly competent now. People can play the game now.
Like when I see people play now, like I see their hand movement is like so fast, like I can't move my hands that fast. I can't.
Yeah, it's crazy. People be good at video games. What can I say? Alright, I'm switching back to the opener. I'm going to mute my mic on OBS. I made some pretty big improvements throughout the run. Ended up being a really good run anyways. A lot of that practice, okay, I believe that is a 45-21. I think that's it. All right. Yes! Yo! I skipped the 15? Watch me waste every single one of them. That was wicked. That was wicked fast. I was not ready for that. Yeah, let's go. Yo. I think that's good for like 3rd or 2nd place. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That actually worked. As if I wasn't supposed to switch to my scene as soon as I did. It just shows it's taking me forever to navigate around OBS. It's been a tumultuous 5 years. It's crazy. I think I saw like 5 different cameras in the intro. I mean, just shows like I don't have everything fully figured out in life, but hopefully I will soon, or at least I'll try to. In the meantime, we're gonna try to have some fun. I'm gonna bring back the stream a little bit, so in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody. I am returning with my turn of the 2023 Summer Games Speedrun Saga. I am your host with the most... I don't even have to introduce myself. If you go to my stream, you know my name. And the game that we're starting off with tonight is going to be Mario Kart 64. It's going to be a speed run of extra mode, no skips. Of course, I'm the runner. Normally, I'd just be running these things by myself. It would be just me, and there wouldn't be anybody else accompanying me, but in the spirit of marathon speedrunning, I try to always have somebody else alongside to explain a bit of the game when I am not talking and I'm a little bit more focused. So, with luck, we have ourselves a commentator. I'd like to introduce our commentator for the run for tonight. We'd love to have more than one, but we're still privileged nonetheless to have the glorious one joining us. If you want to introduce yourself, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone, I am the glorious one, but I like to be called the glorious one because I am in that persona now. And this is Glass's channel. This is going to be my first commentary on stream.
He's our resident Wario enthusiast. I'm sure you could figure that out pretty quickly. So, as you can see, we're gonna get started with things. I'm gonna make sure to take out my memory card because when we're resetting in between runs, I will want to make sure that I don't press like spam start and then get stuck on like the memory card management screen. That'll be something to consider. This is gonna be Grand Prix. This covers all 4 cups, so yeah, it'll be interesting. And yeah. My friend Glorious here is going to be able to see what it's like to take on this category. It's a little bit different from the regular GP no skips category that most players run, so should be good. If you're ready to go, my friend.
We're going to start out with Mushroom Cup.
Sure thing.
First Mushroom Cup, Luigi's Raceway.
You got that right. All right. I'm going to give the countdown. We're going to start the first run of the marathon in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's race.
Let's see how this goes. This one's pretty normal. There's not too much that has changed here. Except that I over-revved.
You can see he spun out at the beginning because he timed his boost a little bit late.
I'm so used to playing on 150cc, so as you can tell, by nature of running this game long enough, I've been conditioned to sort of just like do a lot of hopping around, because if you do too much toggling in 150cc, you have the tendency to spin out. Glorious, if you want to...
Go left and right a lot.
Yeah.
You might get out of control, so you just want to stay straight. Feel like you're going to go and spin out, just stay straight for a split second.
Yep. Fortunately, in extra mode, we don't have to deal with that whatsoever. We just gotta race like we usually do.
And then extra mode's 100cc.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. This was...
These red shells, but it's not going to do that much right now, but protect them in first win.
Yeah. Not that the CPUs are capable of all that much.
They're more threatening at 150cc. He's doing the mini turbos to get a boost. For a boost, so he can stay a little even more ahead.
Yep. This was pretty uneventful. Aside from the over rev at the start, everything went accordingly.
Lightning, no like AI lightning at all.
Alright, so one thing I'm going to be doing, a speed tech for the menu transitions, I'm going to be holding start in between each of these, and then I'm going to be spamming A and B to quickly get through the results. As you can see, it runs way faster. Onwards to the farm.
Something that I learned through the stream when Anna commentated Abney stream, Abney's run.
So normally,
hey, you don't want to go through the roll
can tell it's been a while since I've speedrun the GP. It's okay, we've got plenty of time to save.
There's obviously no shortcuts on this course, because there's no way you can skip this course.
I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just so used to 150cc, or I'm just, like, not used to talking all the time.
But it falls in a row.
How far ahead is the other CPU?
He's already at the finish line. He was rubber branding super hard.
I guess so.
Really hard to catch up with the CPU, but he's already halfway done with the race already.
I'll say, yeah. So I guess one of the things that, like, in mirror mode, if you're not used to, this mode, it can get a little bit dicey with, like, the, mole positions, which is why you're seeing me sort of, clumsily tripping around. It's normal, especially if you're not, like, constantly doing runs, so, yeah.
Because you do your normal way on the right, but if you're going left, it might be a little bit tricky trying to go through the areas of the mole.
Yeah, it's conditioning. You're so used to taking certain directions, it's all pretty predetermined, and then they just flip it on you, so. There we go, that's better.
KTP, there is an intended shortcut that Nintendo says is allowed. It is not shortcut technically.
Yep. We'll see if I hit it.
Reverse mode, so it might be a little tricky. It's just so weird going through that.
Yeah, it's a little trippy. I'm gonna go for an item glitch. Nope.
For a split second, there's a spot in the water. No, usually you're a nameplate. You can get an item that's like a car item, like a star of lightning. You want a star or a mushroom? Stay even more ahead of the CPU.
Dang. We're gonna
stretch, hit the bottom of the cave usually. Sometimes that's really hard to hit.
I don't really feel like going in after it right now, so I'm just gonna go around. We're gonna lose a little bit of time in the Mushroom Cup. It's a regular sort of day in the life for me. Not that I have to worry about CPUs in this course, because the CPUs are all very slow. They don't respond very quickly. Again, I'm not really that worried about, like, the run yet.
The run really starts when it's in lower cup.
Yeah, it does. And I got that better.
What version are you running?
I'm running on NTSEU. Yeah, NTSEU. So you can tell the difference between NTSEU and NTSEJ because of the voice actors for some of the characters are going to be slightly different.
I think the Japanese version of Wario is very good.
You don't think so? I think it's the funniest thing in the world. Alright, so we're on Calamari Desert. One thing to note about this course is that there's going to be slightly different train patterns. We'll see if I can get this first one. Alright. It's closer than it looks.
See, there's more trains, sections together. If you play in 4-player mode, the 2-player or 3-player mode, the train reduced because it can't handle that much.
Yeah, just slowed you down pretty heavily. One thing I didn't point out until now was that you may have noticed my green shell actually went through the fence. There's some strange properties with the Koopa shells where you can just sometimes, like, have your shell to the inside and the game will treat it as if you were always at the inside. We're gonna have to do some waiting, unfortunately.
You don't want to lose some time, but here you'll gain some time with the mushroom while drifting.
I considered using the shell before. I considered using the shell beforehand, but then I just decided to hold on to it.
Correct that when you do a mushroom, you do drifting and then a mushroom, right? And then wait for your mushroom to end and then release the mini turbo, right?
That would
possible distance, right?
I'd say, yeah. Not exactly, like, my memory's a little fuzzy on that. But yeah.
It's easier to get a pattern of the mini turbos, right? You just feel like the mini turbos are coming out, just keep doing it.
You might notice I'm holding the banana right now. We're gonna switch cups. A little bit slow on the reset, but that's fine. Alright.
Mushroom cup, everyone. Looks like a slow mushroom cup. Well, it's mushroom cup.
We're coming up on one of the hardest courses in extra mode, and that's Toad's Turnpike.
Yeah, oncoming traffic.
So I hope you like Frogger, but instead of like, you're like a fly on the wall. You're gonna notice me playing it safe, going to the outside. I will hit some vehicles, don't you worry. It's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee right at the beginning. No worries, everyone. This is where the rock usually goes down because you get vehicles.
So I've got some room to sort of anticipate the trucks and the vehicles here. So I just, you know, play it safe. You can generally miss hitting the vehicles if you stick to the inside more so. It's not always that way, but usually it works out in that sense.
Hitboxes for the vehicles are different, right? You have to be inside the vehicle, right? Technically, right? You can still be inside the vehicle a little bit.
Just a little bit. The reason this one is awful is because of things like that.
GPUs will get in your way if you're behind.
I'm gonna do that so I can.
So, twist here to the end of the loop so you can go for some vehicles.
Unfortunately, the CPUs
system here
are really stupid, so they will usually knock themselves out of the equation. Not always that way, but it does tend to work out in that way. I don't have much to say about this course.
Because you can hit the railing, and which can slow you down a lot by hitting it in a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah, you might notice I don't have much to say about this course. I'm just very focused. So far, I'm not hitting too many vehicles. Even Abney's world record on this category, he still managed to hit like a bus or something. And I'm back in first place. Whoa, I got lucky.
Good job avoiding the vehicle right there.
Thanks, some 100% skill.
And
okay.
Right there as he hits the zone. And it is tricky for items out, unlike previous laps. You gotta remember that you threw it, and sometimes the CPUs will not hit it. Not always.
So you might have noticed I was slowing down a little bit when I got hit by the green shell at the end. Split a little early, but yeah, that puts me back in the running. The reason I was slowing down is because sometimes if you're going too quickly on Toad's Turnpike, you have the tendency to go out of bounds.
And you don't want to jump into the railing, because that'll cause a long delay with Lakuta picking you up and dropping you off.
It happens a lot in multiplayer. You'll experience it eventually if you play enough matches. Alright, so Frapsino Land, not as mean as some of the other courses on this game.
Gotta watch out for the snowman on the course.
Yeah, and then I also have to remember how, jumps work.
It's so weird backward. You
to drop a banana here. The CPUs have no choice but to run into everything that I have. It's actually pretty decent. So I'm going to hold the banana again. I didn't get much time to explain it very well because I was, like, splitting my attention between... Yeah, I was splitting my attention between the transition screen and everything else that normally happens. Uh-oh. Okay, that could have ended worse.
He saved himself from going out of bounds, but saved him. You know, he didn't lose a lot of time, but not as much as he thought.
Yeah. So, I was a little distracted there. What I was going to mention is that holding the banana actually helps you go just a little bit faster in real-time attack. It doesn't make a difference in IGT. Same with the fake item box. As you can see, by doing that, we can get rid of some of the lag frames that exist in this game.
Like, literally no sense sometimes, because, like, why does an item make me go faster, right? Holding it behind, and that's how the game just works. Just gain some frames, right? And
Yeah.
go a little bit faster.
Yeah. It works that way. Alright, so that was actually pretty uneventful for Frap Snowland, aside from a snowman hit, which, honestly, by the looks of it, it's been pretty regular so far.
Can
So,
only hit once or twice on each course. So,
and we're actually just barely ahead right now. Things could very easily fall apart on Choco Mountain. And if you think Choco Mountain is bad in a regular GP run, it's even worse on a course like this.
saving grace on this one is 100 cc, so you're not going as fast. So
There's
it can't help this slightly, but it can still be bad.
There are still, like, no rails. You are not defended from the elements.
Some boulders you gotta watch out for. Sometimes they'll get you.
Sorry, Wario. No offense.
Watch now. You see that? But I took the last Yoshi.
I-
He's the fastest character in the game because he has the fastest stats and everything.
Ooh, that's our first lightning.
Well, at least it wasn't towards where K-Man drifted, you know, turn right. That's gonna be very scary on this course. Very scary.
So sometimes the rubber banding on the CPUs can make them incredibly good at this game. There is no predictability to, like, when they will just suddenly become built different. You might notice I was triple tapping A there. The hills are inconsistent, especially on 100cc. So I triple tap A to help quickly rebuild momentum. And I'm gonna do something special. Choco Reverse Mountain. Choco Mirror Mountain. That one's for Kazuya, if he ever watches this video, which he probably won't. He's got better things to do in Japan at such a time and hour. And
You're always going left into the wall on that course. It feels like extra mode just gets to you.
I hope so, Magic. I don't know. We'll see. So
pretty good course. That was pretty nice. It was pretty nice view on that one.
yeah, so far not bad. Alright, so Mario Raceway, if it was, like, bad enough...
Only 3 item boxes, so every item box counts in this race.
I'm having some really good
Same route right there.
shell hits.
You get the same route on the outside for the turbo.
I'm so glad spinouts are not a thing.
Because if you spun out right there, that would have been more terrible. See, he takes a little bump out right there, that saves a little bit of time. Waterways way.
I'm gonna hold on to the banana for the rest of this because I feel pretty safe with the run now, at least on this course.
Sometimes a little waterways way so far.
And then after we're done with this, we're gonna be a little under halfway there, and we're getting on to two of the more challenging cups. Not that these two weren't challenging, but it gets so much more brutal here. All right,
Star Cup.
that's the end of Flower Cup. We're onwards to Star Cup. These are much longer courses.
My favorite course of all time.
I did not see the blindfold run. I haven't really had the time for that, unfortunately. Nice, alright, got the jump. I'm glad most of the overrides were delegated to the first cup. It means I'm getting back into shape. Also, Glorious's favorite course, or one of his favorite courses.
My favorite course is Blah.
As I said before, as I mentioned before, local Wario enthusiast.
On these little hills, sometimes you just want to jump over because you can, gain a little time, but sometimes you don't have to do that.
So let's say we troll some CPUs. I've been having some really good, like, shell throws this run. I've hit a lot of enemies. Which is nice, because in this mode, CPUs are seemingly smarter than your average CPUs. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe the game creators decided these players have had it too easy.
There's a little bit inside right there, because those hills can be very hard to turn on.
You get an idea of like what it takes to go to the Extremon courses outside of like extra mode. So when you're used to that,
It's crazy on this course. You have to take good drifting on this course. You have plenty of time to gain on these.
indeed.
I think that's dangerous is this ramp right here with the lightning with the CPUs. Because that can happen. But it rarely ever happens.
Let's just start up by not saying anything. You might have noticed I had a green shell. I used it to block my red shell.
A better time on that lap. You know, 118 the first lap was 120.
Oh, that's much better. Okay. This will help us to go a little bit faster.
Anything under like 119, like 118, pretty good.
Now, for those of you who are watching and asking, like, Glass, you're going way all over the place on this course. Extra mode is not what it seems. Stuff that would normally be easy or basic becomes nightmarish in its difficulty. Because this difficulty, like, forces you to exercise your brain in a whole different, like, direction. So you're just like, oh, I'm supposed to go in the complete opposite direction when I'm used to.
Yeah, you gotta get your eyes adjusted to the course. It's really that deceiving to use your eyes.
It is. Aside from that, like, one bonk at the end of lap 1, we did pretty good. Pretty halfway decent.
Wow, that's an impressive third lap right there.
Yeah, 1776. I didn't say anything about the music. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to focus a little bit more. The floor is going to be primarily yours.
Okay, this is Serverland. There's lots of penguins on this course. You really want to avoid the penguins at all costs. They have routes. You just want to keep avoiding. You got to memorize it. Inside the cave is really scary because you can hit the penguins that easily. Taking the safe route so he doesn't get hit by the penguins.
I feel like I'm very justified to not say a word during this because there are so many dumb ways to die. Oh, he ghosted me.
This can be a pain right now, like Donkey Kong right now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend I just...
We're gonna stay focused, so
Yeah.
I'll keep going. See, he's trying to avoid everything possible by playing it safe.
Switching back to banana.
Doing it for the first time. Just want to play safe because then maybe for the next run you ever do, you might be, might know the route a little better. You can see Toe is right behind them, and the CPUs sometimes they're not friendly, but don't pay attention to your own driving.
Now, I kind of like the penguin patterns on this, on mirror mode, because they're going in the opposite direction of you, so the worst thing you can do is fall into the water, which I did not, so we're in good shape.
Good third lap. You got down to 35.54, and that was a great under 150.
Yeah, sub 150. You can see why I had to be focused for that. I can talk a little bit about Royal Raceway. Again, mirror mode really starts to be a cruel mistress, starting from, like, here on forward, and you'll see very clearly why. This part of the run is what I like to call mirror hell, just simply because your brain gets totally tripped up by everything.
See, take a little jump right there, that saves time. You always want to do that, but sometimes you don't want to go too inside or else you lose the ball. You lose a couple seconds on that.
Oh, fortunate. I have a lag reduction item. I like having as many of those as possible if I don't have a shroom.
Like right here, every time I jump, sometimes it gives me the bounce, sometimes it doesn't. You want the no bounce on this. What a great item for playing. But as you see, this is well. Rubber band, no.
You might have noticed I've swerved a little bit more than you.
Go ahead.
As I mentioned, you might have noticed how I really heavily swerved into DK. It's one of those tactics where, like, the CPUs are rubber banded enough that you kind of...
He's fine. Fine. CPUs are...
I'm just gonna go straight.
You can see the CPUs love to play around the humans. See it right there on the outside of the screen.
Again, mirror mode being mirror mode.
You want it to run up left on this either. That can hurt you too.
doing pretty nicely, actually.
Oh, good. You have to attack the views a little bit to stay ahead.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say I still like Plants Magic. Alright, this next course is... it's awful. I'll just say that. It's tough enough as it is in regular mode, but wait until you see this.
Got a lot of 90-degree turns. Got the swamps at the castle. Got these swamps at the beginning right here. And on around.
Alright, let's see how the thwomps are.
Trying to memorize the...
Oh, wait, that's right. Because it's been a while. Not intended, but it works out just fine.
You can see now he's a second. Now he can get a good, at least a good item possibly that can catch up. Absolutely big item box.
Dang.
Oh. You can see the phone love around.
So, like, the problem with BC is if you get stuck anywhere, you're gonna...
So much time. You lose so much time.
You spend a lot of time being, like, in, like, fourth or third place purgatory, and it's just a bad look.
The way to get out of that is to Star and Lightning. That's, like, literally the only way. Well, that's super hard to get.
The game is like holding you hostage mentally. It's just like, you think you know me? Think again.
He toes right behind him.
That's fine.
Got second at the very end.
So that could have ended so much worse. One more cup to go.
It's a special cup.
So like I said before, that one's awful. There's not much you can do about it. And so is this one.
Fun. This one is very laggy. This course is very laggy. Because we'll park away. Ever want to get off and run this course because you got that spike zone hit you.
Did I go too far that time? No. Actually, that's
just fine.
It is so easy to misjudge the angles on those.
You're going the other way, so it might feel like, oh wait, I got enough. Sure, but it didn't go far enough, but it's still good.
And again, just because the game wants you to feel the pain, having the stairs go in the opposite direction just shows like you're always gonna be fighting against your brain.
You're always fighting your brain. You don't want to fight your brain, but you kind of have to, right? You gotta remember it.
Yep. So we haven't seen them all that much yet, but one thing that is a factor...
Mario is behind you, but that's just you saying, hey, we're good at this course because we can.
I thought you were gonna mention the Kiwami fruit.
Yeah.
There's still a bit of a trouble in this mode, even though they can't like force you to spin out anymore.
That was really unfortunate. Right there. Oh my god, you're so good, you're so good. Oh, you're so off, thank goodness.
But that almost hit the opponent too. Leg reduction items are especially important in this this course, because there's like always a ton of them.
Especially after you go up this hill right here, you really want to keep going with that item.
We've got a chance to gain back a lot of time on Yoshi Valley and Banshee Boardwalk.
That's Yoshi's Valley. One of the many routes you can take, but there's usually only one route you usually take in this one.
In time trials, we'd go the route with the most spinies, but in the case of GP, I'm going to be taking a little bit more safely to the inside. JK.
Kidding. We just went through the most exciting part, guys. The spinies.
That's so much harder in this mode. So I forgot how split paths work in this game. And actually, I'll have a perfect excuse to use the other path in this mode. Yeah, it does.
If you just get the hairpin once, you shouldn't be worrying about the CPUs, but lots of routes you have to take. Try to get into the bridge straight. You don't want to hit the walls. That's where you lose time still.
Yep. So I take the hairpin more times than I currently did, but honestly, super scary when you have a run like I do. It could PB, so...
Avoid that egg right there, because that animation takes so long.
Alright. That's what I meant. Alright, we're getting to the most terrifying course in the game. Banshee Boardwalk is... it's just bad.
It is bad. It's a super dark stage too, so it can be difficult to see stuff as well.
I'm gonna have to pay attention to the map. That's one of DK Tsunami's greatest strengths as a player.
You can see Banshee Boardwalk is not a good course.
That's fine.
It's okay, because now you can get great items. And that's not a great item. Last place.
Sorry, Wario.
I did hit my favorite character. Get in first place. Oh, that was a nice screen shot with that. See, he fought his battle again by going into the water almost, but he did not this time.
So yeah, this is awful. It can be, especially if the CPU is a little bit more of a heavyweight.
Bowser, you don't want to hit Bowser or Wario or DK.
Because
one of few characters you do not want to hit.
Because if you do hit one of those characters, you will spin out. And it'll be ugly. And you will be clipped.
So you don't spin out if you're at another heavyweight.
So I'm going to play it safe for this last one. So that may have looked pretty ugly, but actually, to be honest, I did a lot worse on the last run I did, I think. Yeah, I did a lot worse than the last one.
Not bad. You watched the time in the second and third lap.
Yeah.
That was very good.
It's not easy. This is a very difficult category, and I am doing quite well for a marathon. I lost a lot of time in the beginning too, so I can push this way lower than what I'm currently capable of. So the worst of it is over.
Road's not that too bad. You gotta watch out for the paint shot pattern.
A lot of MTs now.
You gotta get over like 100 of these.
It's one of the biggest things about this course.
Certain parts you don't want to jump off. Like for instance, at the beginning of the turn, if you jump, sometimes you fall off. Not want to do that. You want to turn.
The chain chomps are certainly a thing that you have to worry about in this mode. In normal mode, I mean, you just have to be aware of how far ahead you are of a usual pace to determine like what type of chomp patterns you would normally get.
This is a 5-minute course. And it's a 5-minute course for 2 laps. Especially get to listen to the music about Rainbow Road.
Yep. It's just kind of enjoyable, especially after the storm of anxiety that is the run between Sherbetland and Banshee Boardwalk. Or as I like to call it...
I think Sherbetland, you did pretty well on that.
I've seen it worse, so... I'll take it.
But you don't want to bring stuff up, right? That's how you bring yourself down sometimes. Like, I gotta do what I can.
You missed the part where I was gonna call the course Banshee Badlock.
Bad luck.
Or Bad Sheep Boardwalk.
Still in darkness, my old friend. That's what the course is.
That's one way to put it. Unfortunately, the audio has gone halfway missing, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'll fix it. Well, actually, I won't get to fix it. Shame, too, because this is going to PB to some extent. Unless I make an extraordinary mess of this.
Bring it up. Continue your mini turbos. Your great mini turbos.
I've had pretty good rhythm so far.
I just do mini turbos on Charles Turnpike when I'm in the straightaway going downhill and up. Just do alternating mini turbos. Sometimes I can get like five, 6 in a row.
So we have one last lap here.
Oh, I didn't know that was good at that mini turbos, but if you do it, if you can do that at Turnpike, you can do it on Rainbow Road.
So, because this course is so long and the CPUs don't have the same MT rhythm speed that I do, no amount of rubber banding is going to save them.
catch up. That's it. That's all you'll see on the map. Right here, that's the turn where you do not want to jump. Any means, do not press the R button.
So I guess a couple of mistakes that I can think of. I hit a chomp in this one. Bowser's Castle was kind of a mess. The entirety of Mushroom Cup was pretty messy. But other than that, I'd say I did a pretty solid job overall in this run. We just got one more chomp to worry about.
Mountain was very good. Taco Mountain was very good. You didn't have anything bad happen on that.
Whoops, hit the final chomp. That's alright, I guess. 2 chomps, I guess. But yeah. I don't remember how many chomps I hit on the previous mirror mode run, so we might lose a bit of time here, but it's not going to matter. And once again...
Think about that. You just finish the race and see what your time is.
Yep. And once again, shout outs to the Glorious One for commentary. Time's coming up as I pass the finish line. Time. 44:48. I did pretty good.
For hitting one chomp, you get a late 145 or mid 146, it looks like.
Yeah, yeah. And that was extra mode. No skips. I figured if I was gonna open up with anything in this game, it was gonna be a speedrun of the game that I'm most known for on Twitch. We're gonna have some more speedruns throughout the rest of this marathon, but that's gonna be the sole speedrun for the night. That being said, the marathon is this night's not over quite yet. I got one other thing. It's going to be an exhibition that's going to be happening in about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes or so. For those of you who like watching multiplayer, we've got that coming down the pipeline. That's going to be, of course, Kylera, Netplay Online exhibition coming up next. So, if you don't want to stick around for that, I highly recommend it. It's going to be a good time.
Kylera is fun.
So I just got to switch some things around. I'll let the credits roll, and I'll kind of just talk about a few other things. So yeah, let's watch the credit roll.
Credits can be. I love the credits of this game. It's so soothing at the very end.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess to give a more detailed analysis, I did have a slight slip up on DK. I didn't go all out on...
You ended the grass on the ramp, you went to the left a little bit.
Yeah, that can throw you for a loop, so... Didn't quite go 100%.
Hey, Snowland, you screwed up a little bit, you went to the left on the hill thingy, you were out of bounds.
Yeah. I guess a couple of other things that I can think of on that run. Flower Cup was kind of all over the place. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad either. I definitely had a bit of bad luck on the beginning of Banshee Boardwalk, but other than that, I had less incidents and falls than the previous run, so...
You just gotta, if you cleaned up a Mushroom Cup, it would have been, I say, just a little better.
I think low 44 if I had a good Mushroom Cup. I would say that at my current level, I'm capable of hitting a sub 44. I'd say a mid to high 43 is in order at some point.
Very capable.
Uh-huh. Definitely. So I guess I'll check one thing.
You need to hit the balls on Moo Farm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I guess I'm going to check one small thing to just see how far up the ladder I went on that one. I did move up on the speedrun.com website. I now have a 5th place time on extra mode no skips for Nintendo 64 console, so yeah, pretty good.
That's very good. For watching this, it was pretty good actually. I just
as soon as these credits are done, I'm going to be moving on. I'm going to unplug my capture card and plug in my controller adapter, and we'll get a few matches in, hopefully. 1 or 2. Before I call it a night, and then I'll give some announcements to my Discord server and everywhere else as to what I'll be speedrunning on day 2. So, yeah. This is the speedrunning portion of the night. I hope y'all enjoyed the speedrun, and I hope you're ready for a really fun rest of the marathon. So, I'm going to be flipping it back to a transition screen because I have to move some things around. And, yeah, stay tuned. More Mario Kart to come tonight. I'll be right back.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Stay tuned. There's more where that came from.